Warning, working as a tourist in Portugal can ruin your residency. Here is how you can avoid that mistake. Hello, this is Maria from visasinportugal.com, today with another video. And today we are going to discuss how can you come and work in Portugal. Can a tourist move to Portugal and work and get a residency permit? I'm going to explain all about it in this video. If this is information you like, hit subscribe, say you love it, and we go from there. Because you ask for, I've got your back, here it goes. So imagine this, happens a lot. You are in your country, you decide to come for a holiday, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month to Portugal. And as you are here, you see that there are lack of workers in some area that you love. And you say, you know what, I can do a living here, I have quality of life, I have all the expertise needed for this type of work that they are looking for, so I'm gonna stay. And then you speak with your employer and he's in such need of a worker that he will say yes to anything. And you say, look, I have a tourist visa, I can help you out, let's work together and I'll get a residency. Do you think I get a residency here? And he's gonna say probably yes, because back in the day, that's how it worked. You would move to Portugal, you would try the country out, and then you had what we called Manifestação de Interesse, MI. And you would try with the Manifestação de Interesse, you would apply and you would get a residency permit to work. That does not happen anymore. On another note, sometimes you would come as a tourist and then you would become a self-employed in Portugal. You get a NIF, you open an activity, as we say it in Portuguese, abrir atividade, and you would become self-employed. With that, you would apply for a residency permit in Portugal. That was before. Not now, not anymore. Now they say all residency permits applications need to be submitted from the country of origin. So that thing that I'm going to try the country out and then I'll try it doesn't work anymore. You can come and try the country out, but you have to go back and apply from the embassy. The Portuguese embassy in your country, the Portuguese embassy in the country you are a resident of, a citizen of, or VFS if there's no Portuguese residency where you live. How can you go about? Well, you come to Portugal, you want to work, first thing you need is a NIF, Portuguese tax number. I've done a video about it, go check it out. So Portuguese tax number, that's major, you're going to need that. What else? You are going to need a contract. The employer is going to give you a contract. First, his name, his information, company, who's the manager of that company, blah, 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 the headquarters, everything. Their NIF, company NIF, or his NIF if he's employing you directly. And then your information. John from the USA, passport number, Portuguese tax number, social security if you have one number, living in the Portuguese address, or you can put them both if you want. You can say normal resident living in the USA and you put the address, but habitual residency in Portugal and you put the address if that's something you want to do. And then next you say they are here celebrating a working contract of, imagine it's a 6-month contract. In Portugal, a 6-month contract needs to have a very explicit motive. Why is it only 6 months? Because the rule in Portugal is a contract without ending, okay? So if it's for a month, 6 months, a year, it doesn't matter. They need to write the motive. But first of all, they need to say, I'm going to hire him for this amount of months. And then you say, what is the job? Why do I need him? Why is this month? These are all clauses of the contract. Why so only these months? Why do I need him? Why do I'm hiring this person? Okay? All of that. And then at the end, they say it can be a promise of contract. You can say this is only a promise of contract because this employee does not have a residency permit. So the employer says that they will only celebrate the effective contract, working contract, when such person has a residency permit. That can be why it's a promise of contract and not a contract. Or they can hire as a contract. But an employer that hires someone without a residency permit can have a penalty, can have a fine. They don't want that. So let's do everything by the code. So that contract saying that it will be celebrated today, but it will only be effective when that person has a visa, a residency permit. What else? Then it needs to be, the employer needs to justify why they chose you. So what do we need? A CV where you explain why you are better than any other person, right? The employer also needs to have a job application at the IEFP, the Centro de Emprego in Portugal, explaining that they are looking for such person, and then your CV matches the job they need, okay? And then they are going to do a statement saying, oh, they have applied, he has applied, we've done an interview, everything went well, and he's the right person for the job. So this is the person I want. Then we need to show that either the employer is going to show that they give you a house for you to live in, means of subsistence, or in the other hand, you already have a bedroom you sleep in, or a house, or whatever. Then you are going to submit all that documentation in the Portuguese embassy where you live in. You can email them while in Portugal, say, I'm already in Portugal, I'm loving here, I have this job opportunity, please bear with me. Can we do this online, send you the documents and hope for the best? They are probably going to say no, but no is already expected, try it anyway. So you are going to send them an email saying that you have all the information, can you please accept me remotely? If they say yes, very well. If they say no, I guess you have to jump on a plane and go there, submit everything and wait for it. They should take the maximum of 30 days. They should only take 10 days even, because Portuguese government is all about, oh, it's going to be so fast because we need these workers, so we need to be really fast getting these residency permits to work, right? So it's about the availability of the Portuguese embassy in the country you are in. It really depends on which country you are in. So you can get that done directly there. They will stamp a visa, you come to Portugal, and they will tell you, you have 30 days or 60 days, and this is your AIMA appointment. What is your AIMA appointment? AIMA is the immigration service in Portugal. You will have an appointment. You come with a visa to work, and you will have an appointment to do a residency permit. You should bring with you from your country of origin criminal background check. Don't forget that, okay? Criminal background check, proof of means of subsistence, all of that you already submitted at the embassy. You need to get those documents again to submit it at AIMA, okay? If you want to do family reunion later on, an advice I would give you is that you bring a birth certificate from the country of origin, because you are going to need to translate it and do an apostille for any member of your family that you want to do a family reunion with, okay? So basically, can you work in Portugal? Of course, we need you, come. Can you apply from within Portugal? No, take care of all of that in the country of origin. Do you want to come and try it first and then find it out? Come with a tourist visa, check the country out, and then ask them if you can do it remotely. If not, then you have to jump on a plane and go. But basically, this is it. Is it going to be fast? Depends on the embassy that you are applying for, but I believe it will. So if this is something you want to do, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, send us emails, go to visasinportugal.com. We have so much information there. Ask for a meeting if you need. We are here for you. We've got your back, okay? Bye.